An old wise man once told his grandson, "A good name is worth more than great riches. Trust is the most valuable thing you'll ever own." Now, I don't know about you, but I agree with that. And that's why I believe that word of mouth marketing is the strongest form of business. People trust people. And when you build a good reputation, opportunity will always follow. And that's exactly why you're here today. Welcome to your onboarding presentation. My name is Kanoan Artetez, founder of SolarLink, and I'm thrilled to have you join us here as a partner. Now, I want to start off with a little bit of a bold statement. I believe this video you're about to watch through could be the most impactful video that you engage with this year. By the end of this video, you're going to have a choice. You might choose to be a partner who refers a deal every now and again, making a few $1,000s here and there, which is amazing. Or you might just see the incredible potential for you in this opportunity, and like some of our other partners, take this serious and earn tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars each year, all while keeping your primary work or business as your focus. Now, either way, we're here to champion you and to serve your clients, family, and friends with excellence. All that being said, I was taught that if something is worth doing, it's worth doing well. So I want to invite you to focus in with me for the next 20 minutes. Give yourself permission to closely consider each point and just ask yourself, is it true? Does it make sense? Or is it just my opinion? Let's dive in. Our mission here at SolarLink is simple. We are driving solar adoption across the US by building the nation's most trusted and effective platform for solar referrals. Now, we seek to do three primary things. We seek to connect professionals, that being you with your dedicated solar pro, someone who's mature, competent, and there to serve you and your clients with the highest level of professionalism in the industry. Number two is we're here to protect homeowners, not only from rising utility costs, but also from having a bad solar experience. Historically, there's been a very low barrier to entry into solar, which has led to some negative experiences for some, whether it's a pushy sales rep or a company that goes out of business. We'll touch more on this later, but our goal is to ensure homeowners have a positive experience and are protected. And then finally, we want to reward you. We want to compensate you. Why? Well, we believe in word of mouth marketing, and ultimately, we believe homeowners are more likely to look at their options when they're referred by somebody they trust. Now, at the same time, we're passionate about championing entrepreneurship by creating an opportunity for our partners, like yourself, to earn a substantial income by leveraging the work you've already done and the relationships that you've already built. And that's why we've created a turnkey referral platform that empowers professionals and entrepreneurs to participate in the solar gold rush just by making introductions. Now, we have three primary goals today. We intend to raise your conviction in solar, this opportunity, and the value you can provide to your network. Number two, we will answer your most important questions. You'll learn about who we are, how our process works, and what differentiates us. And number three, we're going to equip you for success. You'll have the tools, resources, and confidence that you need to connect your network to your DSP and start earning commissions immediately. Okay, before we dive into any scripts or strategies, let's start with something more powerful: conviction. In anything you do, I believe conviction is 10 times more important than your skill level. Think about it. When you recommend something that you love, that you actually believe in, right? Let's take a pair of shoes or a restaurant. You don't even need a script. You do it naturally because you know that what you're sharing is amazing and you don't really care if people buy it or not, right? When you really believe in what you're doing, it's easy to share it and you're way more successful. And that's the level of conviction that we want you to have when asking someone, hey, have you guys already gone solar? Or, connecting them with your DSP. See, this opportunity isn't about selling, it's about sharing something that just makes sense and giving your network the best option for a decision they'll likely make anyway. Now, to build that conviction, let's ask and honestly answer two foundational questions. Where is the solar industry now and where is it headed? And is going solar truly a good decision for homeowners? And if so, why? Now, if you take a look at the screen, you can see some excerpts from some well-known publications. You could pause this video if you'd like to go over them, but what they all highlight is this: solar is on an incredible growth trajectory. At the time of this presentation in 2025, solar adoption is scheduled to double within the next 5 years, meaning millions of homes will make the switch. Now, why is this happening? Well, there are several reasons for this growth. At a federal level, initiatives like the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 have extended the 30% tax credit for solar. So we've got 7 years left where the government is essentially paying 30% of the cost for a home or business to go solar. This provides a massive incentive for homeowners and businesses that otherwise wouldn't get it. And it's a huge driver that's making solar a financially sound and attractive decision. Now, more recently, in 2025, the U.S. Department of Treasury released guidance on the domestic content bonus. Basically, this incentivizes solar companies to use U.S. manufactured panels and equipment. Now, this is driving manufacturing back to the U.S. as well as driving more adoption. Now, at a state level, here's California now requiring solar panels on all new homes. How long until other states follow suit? Here's data showing that Texas has installed more solar than any other state. And here's a map of the U.S. Each colored state you see here has a renewable energy target. Let's take a look. Here's Arizona targeting 15% renewable by 2025. Delaware, 25% by this year, 40% by 2035. Illinois, 50% by 2040. Hawaii, 100% by 2045. Maryland, 50% by 2030. We got New Jersey, Texas, California, Connecticut. Now, I won't bore you with more, but it's clear. At a state and federal level, there are powerful regulatory tailwinds driving the solar industry. Another reason the solar industry is accelerating is that many of the challenges and outdated beliefs that once held homeowners back have been solved through innovation and industry growth. In the past, going solar typically required a large upfront investment, tens of thousands of dollars paid out of pocket, which still makes sense, but today that's no longer the only option. Most homeowners can go solar with no upfront cost. In the past, solar financing often came with a lien on the home, making it challenging to sell the property. Today, that's not true. Loans and leases are now simply transferable to the next homeowner. And in the past, homeowners we met with wanted to go solar, but many of them weren't sure how long they would live in their current house, and they didn't know if solar would be worth the investment. But today, with the new no-cost out-of-pocket options, homeowners are realizing that they can go solar without paying anything for the installation or the equipment, and simply agree to pay a lower rate for electricity for as long as they live in the home, and then if they ever sell, the new homeowner can seamlessly take over the grandfathered-in rate, making it a win-win for both the current and future homeowner. Now, as solar technology improves and solar programs get better, upgrading to solar has become simpler, even more affordable, and essentially risk-free with the right partner, clearing the path for widespread adoption. Then, of course, there's the fact that homeowners now actually have an option. For decades, it was simple. Stick with your utility company or stick with your utility company. But now that's changed. Homeowners, and rightfully so, are exploring all their new options. And most are saying it's empowering to finally have a choice. No one is forcing them to go solar, yet millions have already made the switch. And the reality is that people don't just make financial decisions on a whim. If solar didn't make sense, if it didn't create savings, if it didn't create security, people wouldn't be doing it. But the numbers don't lie. With over 4.2 million homeowners in America already choosing solar, the question isn't whether it works, it's whether someone's ready to take advantage of it. Now let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. There's a concept called the law of diffusion of innovation. And don't worry, that's just a fancy way of saying this is the path every new technology takes to get adopted. Let me explain it simply. Think about any major innovation. Smartphones, which you're probably watching this on, Wi-Fi, the internet that you're connected to right now, they all followed the same path to go from an exciting new idea to something that everybody uses every day. Here's how it works. It starts with innovators, the small group of people who jump in first. This is your friend that stood in line to get a new iPhone. Then early adopters come in. These people see the potential and help build momentum. Next, adoption reaches a tipping point where it's now just a matter of time before it goes mainstream. That's when the early majority and the late majority join in, and suddenly it feels like everyone is using it. Next thing you know, Grandpa is using an iPhone, connected to the internet, and posting pictures to Facebook where he's more active than you. So, where is solar on this path right now? Well, realistically speaking, we are approaching the tipping point. We're not there yet, but we are getting closer to it. And when you combine that with the fact that solar technology is now better and cheaper, people are using more electricity now, homeowners are financially incentivized, and utility bills keep going up, the conditions for mass adoption are steadily falling into place. Just like smartphones or Wi-Fi, solar is no longer just for innovators or early adopters. It's becoming something most homes will eventually have. So, to answer the question, where is solar going? Well, it's going on more roofs in every neighborhood. With everything we've covered, data, trends, momentum, it's clear that for most homeowners, including many of your clients, your family, and your friends, it's not a matter of if they will go solar, but when. And more importantly, with whom. All right, now that we understand a bit about where the industry is going, let's cover this next question that we feel is important to you. Is going solar truly a good decision for homeowners? Well, what I'm about to say, I want you to consider. Despite everything we talked about, the truth is solar isn't for everyone. There are situations where it simply doesn't make sense. For example, think about a home that's completely surrounded by trees or a house shaded by taller buildings for most of the day. Solar ultimately comes down to one thing: sunlight. If a roof doesn't get enough sun, then the system won't generate the power needed to make it make sense. And that's an important point. Look, we're not here to sell solar to everyone. We're here to provide a custom solution for homeowners who can genuinely benefit. If solar isn't a good fit, we'll be the first to say it. As far as for homeowners who do have the right conditions, the financial and lifestyle benefits are game-changing. So why are more homeowners applying for solar now than ever before? Here's the top 5 reasons. Number 1 is lowering electricity payments. Now, this is the most obvious and well-known benefit. Solar allows homeowners to reduce their monthly cost, sometimes saving hundreds of dollars a month in high-cost states, and even in states with lower utility rates. The savings add up over time. If people can pay less, why would they pay more? Number 2 is slowing down inflation. Electricity prices have been rising for decades, and they are scheduled to continue. When a homeowner goes solar, they lock in a fixed rate, protecting themselves from future price hikes. Imagine if you could go back 20 years from today, and your local gas station said, hey, buy gas from us, and we'll lock in your price at $1.30 a gallon for the next 25 years. Can you imagine how much money you would have saved? That's the best realistic analogy I have, and exactly what homeowners are doing today with solar. Now, the third reason is homeowners are wanting to protect their family with energy independence. Power outages, extreme weather, grid failures, these are real issues, and our electrical grid infrastructure in America is very outdated. With the solar and battery backup system, homeowners aren't at the mercy of utility companies. Whether it's a hurricane in Florida, grid failure in Texas, having a solar-powered home means peace of mind and uninterrupted power. Generators run out of gas, but from my personal experience, the sun has risen every morning. In all seriousness, this is like insurance. You don't need it every day, but boy, are you grateful when you do need it, and your family isn't taking cold showers in the dark. Who doesn't want to protect their family, especially if it makes economic sense? Now, number 4 is increasing the value of your home and making it more attractive to buyers. Studies, including research from Zillow, show that homes with solar sell for an average of 4.1% more than similar homes without solar, and they sell 20% faster. And this is true so long as you go solar with the right company. Now, number 5 is incentives and tax credits. Many homeowners don't realize how significant these savings can be. Thanks to the federal investment tax credit, homeowners are now receiving a 30% tax credit on the cost of their solar system. That means a $50,000 system could result in a $15,000 tax credit, real money that goes right back into their pockets. Plus, there are additional depreciation benefits that can make the savings even greater. These are the things homeowners are seeing when having an open mind and actually looking at their options. Now, let's take a look at a real-life example through one of our leasing programs. Here's the home of one of our past clients. For this video, I'm going to call him Mr. Giovanni. He's in Florida and had actually looked into solar in the past, but didn't want to take out any loans. Now, after hearing about the no loan and the no upfront cost program, he was open to taking another look. Now, his family was with TECO, their electricity bill was $280, and he realized that this was money that they were going to be paying every single month forever. And with TECO's rate increases, that bill was only going to go up. Since 2019 alone, TECO actually, along with many other major utilities, have raised rates by over 100%. And historically, prices rise at an average of 3 to 5% each year. So we sat down with Mr. Giovanni and put a simple, tailored plan together. Not only did he decide to go solar, but he also added a backup battery to protect his family in case of storms or outages. The result? He spent $0 out of pocket. The company bought and installed the panels for him on his roof. They maintain and service the system so he doesn't lift a finger. And his monthly energy cost dropped from $280 down to $200. And that includes both solar and battery storage. Plus, instead of a bill that will continue to climb, he's now locked in his new rate, meaning he's shielded from inflation and future rate hikes. His favorite part, though, was the battery backup. In storm-prone Florida, outages are inevitable, but with solar and battery backup, his family stays powered. The security system works, the food doesn't go bad in the fridge, and he has peace of mind. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, here's the catch. His roof, number one, has to get enough sunshine. Number two, he now agrees to buy electricity from the solar company, but it's at a lower rate. And number three, he obviously has to qualify. Now, this is why homeowners across the country are making the switch. They're taking control of their energy, saving money, locking in their costs, and protecting their families. Now, before we move on to the good part, here's something most people don't realize. Homeowners are going solar whether they decide to or not. Let me explain. Right now, many utility companies are investing millions of dollars into solar farms, racing to take advantage of federal tax credits. They're going solar for themselves, while at the same time doing everything they can to keep homeowners from going solar. Why? Because they want to remain the middleman. They want to own the solar so they can sell you power harvested from the sun for free at a profit. Even Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors in history, sees what's happening. He said, energy deregulation will be the greatest transfer of wealth in history. The question is, will homeowners take control and benefit from the shift, or will they continue renting their power from the utility companies who are making the switch anyway? Those who position themselves now, whether as homeowners cutting their costs or as professionals capitalizing on this moment, will be on the right side of this wealth shift. Okay, by now, you get it. Solar is here to stay. But the next big question is, who do you trust to install it? Because the truth is, not all solar companies are created equal. This is exactly why we've partnered with Freedom Forever. In the world of solar, Freedom Forever is not just a leader, it's the leader. They're like Tiger Woods in his prime, winning tournaments by 15 strokes. There's not even a number two worth mentioning that's in contention. Now, I can tell you all day that Freedom Forever is the number one residential solar contractor with over 140,000 installs, but let me show you what that actually looks like. What you're seeing here is the Freedom Forever installation map. Each green dot represents a home we've helped go solar. And as you can see, these aren't just a few scattered installs. This is a nationwide movement. Let's take a look at Texas. Right here, you can see just how many homes have already made the switch with Freedom Forever. And if we zoom out, you can see the bigger picture. Hundreds of thousands of families across the country taking control of their energy. And unlike many solar companies that farm out installations to subcontractors and random third parties, Freedom Forever does everything in-house. This means every green dot you see here, when an install happens, it's a Freedom Forever truck with a Freedom Forever employee following Freedom Forever's gold standard process. No white vans, no untrained crews, just elite professionals who do it right the first time. And also, every install is handled by NABCEP certified professionals, the gold standard in solar. Freedom Forever also makes and offers their own panels, ensuring the highest quality from manufacturing to installation. Another big differentiator is Freedom Forever was the first company to put their money where their mouth is and offer a 25-year production guarantee. If your system doesn't produce as promised, they pay your electricity bill. No other company backs their product like this. Then there's the fact that they provide the best tools in the industry. Freedom Forever doesn't just install solar, they innovate. They offer a custom tracking app so homeowners can monitor system performance in real time. They also have their own podcast, their own learning center, and major partnerships with brands like Home Depot. Freedom Forever is privately held, debt-free, completely independent, and while other solar companies struggle with financial instability, Freedom Forever has built a long-term, sustainable business that isn't going anywhere. See, this is what makes Freedom Forever different. We're not just another solar company. We're a proven and trusted national leader. And when you introduce your clients to us, they're joining a community of homeowners who've already made the switch with a company that delivers. So the bottom line is, if you're referring solar, you need to know your partner can deliver. And with Freedom Forever, you're aligned with the #1 solar contractor in the US. So how does this process work? Let's take a look at the solar install process from A to Z. This all starts with you actually connecting your client or a friend with your dedicated solar professional. From there, we're going to sit down with them and go over a program overview where we show them their options, answer any questions, and guide them to the best solution for them and their family. Once they apply, they'll either be approved or denied, depending on the program, how much sunshine they get, and their credit. Now, let's say they're approved and move forward with solar. That's when Freedom Forever begins the process. We send out a Freedom Forever truck to do a site survey, draft blueprints, pull permits, communicate with the utility company, schedule the installation, install the system, and complete the final inspection. Now, once everything is done, the job gets funded. The following Friday after job completion, you would collect 50% of the commission. This process can vary by state, but on average, it takes between 30 and 60 days. Now, if you'd like, you'll be able to track the status and see your commissions all through your partner portal. Let's take a look now at how much you can earn and the bigger picture here for this partnership. Because while the product is rock solid and the installation is handled with excellence, the industry is ready to be disrupted, and that's what we're doing together. See, until now, almost every homeowner who's gone solar has done so through one of two methods. Number one is becoming a purchased lead. Homeowners respond to a cheesy ad or search online and then unknowingly become leads that are bought and sold by multiple companies, resulting in relentless calls from random reps they've never met. And then number two is door knocking. A homeowner gets their door knocked on for the 10th time this month and decide to finally get a quote. While these methods do work, we believe there's a better way for everyone involved, including you. See, homeowners know solar probably makes sense for them. They just don't know who to trust, and that's where you come in. SolarLink is transforming the way homeowners go solar by leveraging the power of trust. Instead of relying on cold sales tactics, we partner with you, empowering you to introduce solar to your clients, family, and friends through warm personal referrals. This shifts the industry from a transactional, impersonal approach to a relationship-driven, trust-based model. And it shifts thousands of dollars to your pocket. Every time you refer a homeowner who goes solar, you earn, on a small system, $2,000 per referred deal on average. Medium system, $4,000 on average. Large system, $6,000 on average. Now, let's put this into perspective. Forbes recently released their top 10 highest paying jobs in America. And guess what ranked number 2 right under physicians? Solar sales representatives, with earnings reaching up to $250,000 every year. That's ahead of industries like law, engineering, and finance. And the craziest part is you're not doing this alone. You're simply partnering with one of our dedicated solar pros, and we're sharing 50% of the commission without you ever having to sell, learn anything new, or change your current business. So let's take a look at exactly how much you can earn. At one referred deal per month, that's between $24,000 and $72,000 a year. That's a new car paid in full every year. At 2 deals per month, that's $48,000 to $144,000 a year. That could be a new down payment on a home. At 5+ deals per month, that's $120,000 to $360,000 per year on average. That's life-changing money. Some of our partners are even closing 5+ up to 10 deals per month, earning multiple 6 figures a year, all by leveraging the relationships they already have. This isn't about selling, it's about connecting. You already know homeowners, you already have relationships with clients, friends, family, and business contacts who trust you. All you have to do is introduce them to solar, and we handle the rest. Imagine this. It's 2 months from now. You get a notification from SolarLink. Your commission just landed. It's $4,000. Maybe it's $10,000. Now, picture that happening month after month. Maybe you're thinking, I'm not a solar expert. I don't have time to learn anything new. Perfect. We built this for busy professionals. Your clients, family, and friends are already going solar. It's just a matter of who with. All you're doing is connecting them to the best in the industry. You're already an expert in what matters most: trust and relationships. That's the foundation of everything we do. SolarLink is simply your bridge to unlock a whole new stream of income. And you're not doing this alone. We've built everything you need: scripts, email templates, social media posts, marketing materials, your own dedicated solar professional to handle everything for your clients. We've made this so simple, so seamless that you can start earning without disrupting your core business. So what's stopping you? The hardest part is getting started, but we've made that easy. You've already built relationships. Now you get to leverage them and get paid. Right now, there are people in your network, past clients, neighbors, friends who are already thinking about solar. The only question is, will they hear about it from you, or will somebody else knock on their door? Now, at this point, most of our partners already have a few people in mind. But before reaching out, it's crucial that we get your custom overview done in step 2, and step 3, get you your custom marketing tools. Then in step 4, we'll send out your first few texts together. Let's get started.